going into the NBA season, we usually know who our MVP candidates are, and sometimes we even know who's going to win it. But often we have MVP sleepers, players who are not considered MVP candidates, players who have an unexpected MVP caliber season. In this video, we're gonna be looking at my top 3 MVP sleepers for the 2018 and 2019 season. If you believe a player was left off the list, be sure to comment down below who that player is and why they are an MVP sleeper candidate. And if you have like the opposite, like why a player is on this list and they're not an MVP sleeper in your opinion, let me know why in the comment section down below. And also, before we start this video, please subscribe if you are new so we can grow this channel out. And also, if we could hit 5 likes on this video, that would be awesome. And with all that said, let's get right into the video. So to start the video off, LeBron James. So we all know LeBron is the greatest player of all time and will probably be an MVP candidate for the rest of his career, to be honest. But an argument could be made that he's been getting snubbed all these years. But anyways, LeBron this season has signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, and in my opinion, the team looks good for next year. They have Lonzo and Rondo, 2 great ball handlers. So this will take the load off LeBron for doing most of the ball handling like he did mostly on the Cavaliers, pretty much. We all know that. Then next they got Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma, who are 2 young developing forwards. And Brandon Ingram, we all know I think he's better than Kyle Kuzma right now. At least he's more developed, and he's like proven. And I believe he's gonna have a breakout season next this upcoming season. So that could be great for LeBron, and take the load off LeBron. Whatever. Kyle Kuzma is also gonna be in his 2nd year, so he'll also have he most likely might be playing better than he did last year. So we might see that him be able to contribute to the team too, which is good. And they can also definitely learn from LeBron also. So that's really good to note that these players can learn from LeBron since they're so young. So and they play the same position. Next they got Lance Stephenson and Michael Beasley, 2 proven veterans who can both contribute to the team and help with the development of the younger players on the team. And for example, some of the rookies that they drafted, the Lakers drafted, and then they got Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma, who could learn from Michael Beasley, Lance Stephenson, like all the other veterans that were added to the team. They could learn from them, and I think that's good because it's like a plus. It's like an added bonus set to signing these veterans. Even though they're proven, they can also contribute and help with a push towards the playoffs. Get these young rookies a playoff experience, which I think is good. So there you go. And then also, so for LeBron being an MVP sleeper. Firstly, LeBron is joining a team who last year had a record of 35 and 47. And of course, last year they didn't make the playoffs with that kind of record. But they weren't really trying to push for the playoffs. They just had a young team. I guess they were getting experience. I'm pretty sure they knew they were going to sign LeBron. So, but this season the team will make the playoffs. But the question is, how far are they going to make it? Are they going to go in the playoffs? But the point is, they will still make it. People say that they're not going to make the playoffs, so the Lakers not going to make the playoffs. It's just dumb. They always say that about LeBron. That they always underestimate him and then watch him carry this team to the playoffs. Well, not carry, but watch the team just get to the playoffs. Which I think that's a bad statement to make. Whoever said that. But the point, that's not really the point. But the point is they will still make it, yeah. And secondly, LeBron will have a less of a load on his back than he had last season, which might result in him averaging his usual stat line about 27, 7, and 7 or better, but on better efficiency. Like, he wants to force. I'm pretty sure he wants to force no shots, like no crazy shots, like he did back in the Cavaliers. So, and then this also paired with the new record the Lakers will have. It will bump them up in the MVP discussion. We all know that they're not gonna be first in the conference because you got the Warriors there. Maybe not second because you got the Rockets. So they might be the 3rd, 4th, or 5th seed, which is pretty good, better than not making the playoffs like they did last year. So I think that'll push LeBron more into the MVP conversation, and he's there anyway, but it'll give him more of a boost than he had last year. So we'll have to see. But I think LeBron will be an MVP candidate anyway. But that's why I put him first on the list, just because he's not a sleeper, but he kind of is a sleeper because nobody thinks he's gonna win because he doesn't win. He hasn't won it in a long time. So I just wanted to put LeBron on the list. So let's get on to the next player, next MVP sleeper, Devin Booker. So we all know Devin Booker is one of the best young talents in the NBA. He's also really young. He's only like 21, I think, and he's been in the league for about 2 years now. And last season he played pretty well, but I mean, he's really underrated. That's the reason why I have him on this list as an MVP sleeper. And it's like he's really a good player. He just, he goes unnoticed because his team never really does anything. Like, it's just crazy. But Booker has been a deadly scorer inside and out for like the past 2 seasons. Well, ever since he's been here, he averaged 20 points in I don't think his first season, but his second season in the NBA, and then he averaged 24.9 last season. But last season overall, he averaged 24.9 points, 4.7 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. And I believe Booker might emerge as an MVP sleeper because of how this year's Suns team is looking. This offseason, the Suns have drafted DeAndre Ayton first overall, and he will most likely contribute now anyway, as he did in the summer league. He was playing pretty well in the summer league, so I think he'll contribute now. And the Suns have also worked on floor spacing around Booker, as they added Trevor Ariza, Mikal Bridges, and Ryan Anderson. From the looks of it looks like they're building a team based on how the Rockets built their team. Like, they have one good ball handler who can score like crazy, and then they have a bunch of floor spacers. It looks like they're trying to build a team like that, but I'm not saying they really are, but that's what it looks like so far. But so far they drafted a good they did good in the draft. They got Mikal Bridges, they traded for him. So and then they added Trevor Ariza, and then they traded for Ryan Anderson recently. So I mean they have 2 players from the Rockets already. So I mean they're almost there. And we all know Ryan Anderson can space the floor. He's been a shooter in the league for a good moment now. He can spread the floor. Then you got Trevor Ariza, one of the best 3-and-D players in the NBA, in my opinion. So we got him there. So yeah, how we all know that Devin Booker can do that. He can spread the floor. He can shoot. Mikal Bridges, he's not proven in the NBA that he can shoot yet, but in college he could shoot the ball pretty well. So I guess we'll have to see what he does when he plays for Phoenix. And DeAndre Ayton, he's a big man. So I mean, we'll see how he does in his rookie season. And I'm pretty sure if he plays well, and Devin Booker plays well, which we already know he's going to, then I don't know if they can, but I believe that Phoenix might be going to the playoffs in the 8th seed or maybe. It's hard to say that because you got teams like the Timberwolves and the Nuggets last year fighting for the 8th seed. So I don't think they're better than those teams at all. So we'll have to see what this season looks like. So we'll have to see, because I don't really think they will make it to the playoffs this year, but definitely for the future they're definitely kind of set if they can add more pieces. But otherwise, Booker recently just signed a max extension with the Suns, and that means the Suns have now committed to him, and he committed to the Suns. So I guess he believes that they will add the pieces around him so they can succeed together. He also let out a statement saying he's done not making the playoffs. I guess he doesn't who doesn't want to not want to be in the playoffs? The playoffs are one of the exciting moments in basketball, period, in the NBA. So I'm pretty sure he wants to be part of that, and you can't blame him for that. And with the Suns' recent additions, I believe that they will continue to add pieces to build around Booker with. And I believe this is just the beginning of them adding pieces. So I believe for the years to come they'll add more pieces to help Booker, and of course he'll be developing more as it goes. So I think that's also good, and I think Booker is capable of leading this team and being the number 1 player on this team. I think he can do that, and I just think he hasn't gotten the recognition because of his team's success. But I believe that if Booker can lead this team to at least an 8th seed this season, I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't be a top 5 in MVP voting this season. They went from literally one of the worst teams in the league, who got the number 1 pick, to an 8th seed in one season, led by him. I don't really see why they wouldn't. I don't see why nobody would, he wouldn't be voted into the MVP, top 5 vote in voting. So I believe he can do it. So I guess we have to just wait to see what he does next season. But otherwise, Devin Booker he's a very underrated player. So I believe next year if he gets into the All-Star game or whatever, we'll have to see. And I guess we'll have to see what he can do. At least the world will know. Anthony Davis. So once again, Anthony Davis I think it was top 4 in MVP voting last season. So this is kind of weird to say he's an MVP sleeper, but then again, he's never won an MVP, so I think it's okay to call him a sleeper anyways. And I think he's deserving. But let's just get into it. Anthony Davis as a player is an MVP caliber player, averaging at least 24 plus points and at least 10 rebounds since the 2014-2015 season. And he's also been the guy on the Pelicans for some time now, but Davis has never really had a great supporting cast to contend for an NBA championship. But Davis always shows up big in the playoffs. As in last year's postseason, he averaged 30.1 points, 13.4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2.4 blocks. And it doesn't get talked about that much. It's everything he does is not under the radar, but it just doesn't get talked about that much. So it's just weird. It's just crazy. He's doing this under the radar type, kinda. So as a player, Davis's individual success has always been there, but of course, he never won an MVP. But I believe next season, he's definitely a sleeper for next season for one big reason. So it all starts with during the 2016-2017 season on the night of the All-Star game. During the night of this All-Star game, pretty much right after the All-Star game was over, the Pelicans would finally pair Anthony Davis with another All-Star as they made the trade for DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus would then make his debut against the Rockets, where they would lose by like 30, like it was like 99 and 129. But Cousins had 27 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, and 4 blocks, along with Anthony Davis adding 29 points and 9 rebounds. And that first game alone showed the league what a duo Davis and Cousins could be for the future and how scary it could be. Everything will go good all the way into next season, where it was because Cousins' contract year, and where he would get injured with a torn left Achilles, ending his season. Davis would show Cousins that he's there for him. He would show him that his loyalty. He would even go as far as wearing Cousins' jersey in the All-Star game. But you fast forward to the free agency, where you would think that Cousins would re-sign with the Pelicans for another season to play with his bro, his best friend, back again in New Orleans. But Cousins would go ahead and sign with Golden State after saying he didn't get any outstanding offers from any other team. But the thing is, how you gonna sign for a minimum like $5 million or whatever? And I'm pretty sure the Pelicans could have given him more than that. I'm pretty sure they wanted to keep him. I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to stay, or he just wanted to get the title. That's what I believe. I believe he just wanted to get the title. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who thinks that. But we can all agree that this was a snake move by Cousins, and this could lead to a good season by AD, maybe winning MVP, like as a revenge season, and even leading the Pelicans deep into the playoffs. Like last year, they got to the second round where they would lose to Golden State, and it's also bad because Cousins wasn't playing, he was hurt, and like Anthony Davis would lead the Pelicans into the second round of the playoffs, where they wouldn't get swept, but they would lose to the Golden State, and then he would just go ahead and just go join the enemy. And I think if Anthony Davis had DeMarcus Cousins, I'm not gonna say they probably would have won, but they probably would have won. I mean, they probably could have they would have won at least 2-3 games before they lose, or they would have just won. So then he just goes ahead and joins the enemy. That's just crazy. So this season, I look to see Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins go at it in either the Western Conference semifinals or the Western Conference finals. I look forward to seeing that. But anyway, those are my picks for the MVP sleeper candidates. And once again, if you believe someone was left off this list, be sure to drop a comment down below. And also, let's try to hit 5 likes on this video. It shows that you guys support the channel and helps my videos get out there to a bigger audience. And subscribe if you are new to help my channel grow. Follow me on all my social medias. Instagram is down below in the description. I haven't set the Twitter up yet. I don't know if I'm going to do Twitter anyways. I might not. But go follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty active there. I'm not going to lie to you. So if you want to stay connected with me, go ahead. Drop a comment down below if you did enjoy the video, or any ideas you want to see next. Subscribe to the channel, Windy City Assassin. And like I just said, with all that said, my name is the Windy City Assassin, and I'm signing out. Peace.